Gone are the days where they, them were the only pronouns we all had to remember. In 2024, there's a whole new suite of pronouns taking over that you've probably never heard of. Sky News All-Star Rita Panahi reveals the gender pronoun explosion taking over the globe. They, them is out and trixix, zer and per are in. Yes, these are the new pronouns that everyone must learn or else risk being cancelled.
So this is a video for Neopronoun users to duet. Or if you're considering Neopronouns for yourself, maybe even try a blind react. However, safety first, before you do either of those things, make sure you're in a mental state where if you do get misgendered, you will be okay. Alright, are you ready? Let's get started. Do you see this person next to me? E is my friend. C has had to put up with a lot to get to where per is today. I just want to let Glint know that thon is valid, that verb pronouns are valid, and that Sarah identity is valid. I wish Void all the best, and look forward to maybe even seeing some of their lovely content someday. Please, treat them with respect, and I'm sure A will respect you too. So how did that feel? Are there any neopronouns that stuck out to you that you might want to use for yourself? Good luck on your pronoun journey.
How did that feel? I don't know. I feel like I lost 20 IQ points. That's how I feel.
And it doesn't stop there. Rita Panahi went on to mock the new pearl pronoun.
And we love nothing more than new pronouns dropping. Let's take a minute and learn how to correctly use pearl and pearl's neopronouns thanks to this informative and entertaining explainer from a young social justice warrior.
I use pearl's pronouns in sentences. Hello there and welcome to Burger Machine. My name is Alex and my pronouns are pearls. I understand that you might not be familiar with neopronouns.
So you're wanting to order a meal and you're met with some pronoun announcing pearl identity? Here's what you do. Even if they get your order horribly wrong, the key is not to misgender those identifying as pearls.
Oh, it seems like Pearl gave me the wrong order. I'm sure Pearl is just busy. I don't want to bother Pearl, so I'll just try it. Oh gosh, it's terrible. Smile. Pearl is coming.
How's everything?
Oh gosh, so delicious.
Love to hear it.
Why did you light a Pearl? It's cool. Pearl is waiting 7 tables all by Pearl's self. Stupid corporate minimum wage jobs.
Just checking in again. Best meal ever. May I get a to-go box?
So not only are these people absurd, they're massive lies as well.
But wait, there's more.
And good news, folks, some new pronouns have just dropped.
My pronoun. So of course we have he, him, his, himself, and they, them, theirs, themselves. And then we also have void, void self, and ender, enders, and ender self. Death, death self. Pix, pixel, pickles, pix, pixel, pixels, pixel self. Vial, vials, vial self.
Pixels, that's a cute one. I'm a pixel self. I might go with that for a couple of days, see how it feels.
And finally, don't forget about Z, per and glit.
And of course, well, we're all required to abide by preferred pronouns, but he, she, even they, well, they're a bit old-fashioned now. But don't worry, some new pronouns have just dropped, and this lass is going to teach us how to use them.
Do you see this person next to me? E is my friend. C has had to put up with a lot to get to where per is today. I just want to let Glint know that thon is valid, that verb pronouns are valid, and that Sarah identity is valid.
Okay, per, glit, what? Okay.
And if you're having your second child but aren't sure what gender pronouns they will choose to identify with, this book may be of assistance.
And there are now books for toddlers explaining why their new baby brother or sister is really a they
Is it a boy or a girl? It's a They by Lindsay Harriott. This book is all about welcoming a new baby into the family and not knowing how that baby will identify when they grow up. So we're not going to be assuming their gender. It's really ideal for people who are practicing gender creative parenting and already have one child, and they're trying to sort of explain this concept before the new baby gets here. But it's also useful for any family.
Oh, look, I'm fascinated and horrified all at once, but I don't want to judge a book by its demented cover, so let's explore what's inside.
Will they love to use he or she? Or maybe they'll always be a they. Our new baby wears cute little gym jams, pink and blue and green, bright in a rainbow of colors. They're ready to yawn and to dream. Our new baby gets lots of questions, like, are you a girl or a boy? We aren't sure of their gender yet, and they bring us so much joy.
Good Lord, but even this craziness isn't crazy enough for some. The book reviewer thinks this little book is too preoccupied with gender.
It is sort of designed for people who have a kid who does have a gender identity, like all this emphasis on the boy or girl or boy. I worry could maybe actually reinforce this concept that a child would need to pick.
And Rita Panahi couldn't quite work out how this gender fluid person calls himself a comedian.
But remember when it was comics that made us laugh? Remember when comedians were actually funny? I bet this guy doesn't.
Some of my best friends identify as members of the cisgender and heterosexual community, and I know that you guys are going through a lot right now. That's why every morning during my sun salutation, I take a 15-second breath to acknowledge how difficult it must be for straight people to remember how to use they, them pronouns for us.
About as funny as an ingrown toenail.
But actual comedian Superwog created a hilarious parody video mocking pronoun-obsessed trans people.
We've got plenty of them right here in Australia, including this duo, simply called Superwog.
They went that way.
Okay, male or female?
Neither. They, them.
What?
That's their pronoun.
Okay, so how many were there?
Oh my God, one, you idiot. They're non-binary.
So does non-binary have a hole or a pole? We just need to clarify.
They who? Who them? Where I? Who's who? Who's who? They, them, or who?
We're having pronoun trouble again.
Brilliant.
Bill Maher, the progressive comedian and talk show host, deviated from his usual script to call out drag story time, saying it's more for the Queen than for the kids.
Now to a lefty who is semi-regularly sensible in calling out the excesses of his mob, but let's be honest, Bill Maher normally wins enormous praise, including from me, for saying what Conservatives have been saying for years. And at the end of the day, he's still going to vote for the likes of Joe Biden and Gavin Newsom, who are ushering in the lunacy that he complains about. But good on him, I guess, for saying this.
Maybe it's time to admit that sometimes Drag Queen Story Hour is more for the Queen than the kids. Sure, kids love a clown, but does the clown have to have tits? And when I see a 5-year-old tipping at a bar under a sign that says it's not gonna lick itself, do I have to pretend that's cool in order to keep my liberal ID card? Sorry, I can't do that. If you want kids to be more tolerant, why not have handicapped people read them stories? Kids are more likely to encounter disabled people than drag queens in life.
Bill, bless you, but how can you support the biggest supporters of this ideology? It's one thing to be batshit crazy, but you know better, and you still support Biden and Newsom and so many others like them.
And Rita Panahi isn't the only person who is bewildered by the pronoun obsession. These average punters from Atlanta don't seem too invested either.
Now let's go to Atlanta and see how they treat pronouns.
Pronouns?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I don't get it.
What are my pronouns? Alright, cut real quick.
I'm that man.
risk taker, hustler.
Pizza?
Pizza, that's a pronoun that I can embrace.
This father made a mockery of pronouns when he claimed his son decided he identified as a pirate, going on to explain the medical interventions involved with those pronouns.
Let's end lefties with this dad celebrating the fact that his son identifies as a pirate and listing the medical interventions that are about to happen. Very droll work indeed.
I'm proud of our 6-year-old son. He just came out as a pirate. He's known since he was 2 months old, but the Children's Hospital have been great. They agreed to pop out an eye, saw off the old hand for the hook, and also one bit of his leg for the peg leg. So it's been really good. His pronouns are P and Ira, and you will respect him.
Despite claiming to be tolerant and inclusive, this trans activist was anything but at a Students for Life rally in Virginia.
Let's start with an enraged trans activist attacking youngsters at a Students for Life rally in Richmond, Virginia. You can be sure if someone with an American flag, or God forbid a MAGA flag, did that during a Pride rally, they most likely would not be able to walk away. Funny how those who claim to be oppressed victims can be the most entitled and violent.